And I don't think I understand what's come of all of us. I don't think I understand why we take this for granted. I just want to get right back to Guitar Players Planet. Take me. And I don't think I understand why we're making such a fuss. And I don't think I understand what's come of all of us. And I don't think I understand why we take this world for granted. I just want to get right back to Guitar Players Planet. 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 Walked away to what you thought was real. You took everything that I had, yeah. Walked away, but you left one thing behind. You're wondering just what that is. Yes, you are. Well, the world stops spinning around, I'll be rocking. When the wall comes tumbling down, I'll be there. When the world stops spinning around, I'll be rocking. We're gonna make a little love down by the water. Maybe have a son, maybe have a daughter when the music man calls. That's when I gotta play. So I burn for the things I never had. I'm burning with hate, with love. Spin around, round. 'Cause as a boy I had a dream. Carry it with me today. Yes, I do. Well, the world stops spinning around, I'll be rocking. When the walls come tumbling down, I'll be there. When the world stops spinning around, I'll be rocking. When the world stops spinning around, I'll be rocking. When the wall comes tumbling down, I'll be there. Hey, 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 hey. When the wall stops spinning around, I'll be rocking. When the world stops spinning around, I'll be rocking. Sunny skies, the smell of palm tree air. Looking back, I could never feel fair. The way the music has touched my soul, the way that the sound holds its control. But I've got a new way to choose. I'm gonna start running back to the lands of new. Oh, na 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 na. That I have lost my old friend. Got the sunset off the highway again. Then I get lost on a long summer day. I must go back before it's too late. You're afraid, you're feeling alone. Time and space can never unfold. The holidays can ring in your fear. The ghostly embrace can only mean tears. And I've got a new way to choose. I'm gonna start running back for lands of blue. Oh, na 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 na. Sitting at the lake, I'm feeling confused, but I had my guitar, so I played this blues. But I'm afraid, what might be true, that I might never be back again. Seems to me that I have lost my friend. Got the sunset off the highway again. Then I get lost on a long summer day. I must be back before it's too late. Before it's too late. Someone to take me down at night. Someone to make my day. New revelation fills my soul. Oh, I can waste away. You distracting my attention. You're all that's on my mind. You not looking for perfection, but you're too hard to find. Now the first night is coming. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Where did my color go? Got your head in the sand. You can't be in control using a powerful hand. I wanna be you, I wanna see you. Don't taste the kisses of hate. Don't try to tell me, don't try to tell me, don't try to say it's too late. You're gonna push me to the edge, back me in a corner, making me stand in your shoes. Push me to the edge, hide a little color, it's black and white and blue. Black and white and blue, yeah. All right. Yeah.
Hey, and we're missing Scott. That's awesome. That's great. I love when that happens. This is what happens when people don't call me before the show starts. This is
He did call. At least he messaged. I don't know if you saw it on Messenger. That he was going to be a little late.
6 minutes ago at 9 o'clock on the nose, he texted me. Right when I'm in the middle of doing stuff. Hi, Scott. Yeah, I know there's a storm coming. Yep.
Yeah.
So how's it going, everybody? We're back again for another. What is this? Episode 203, I think, something like that.
Yeah, like 203. Yeah.
203. Yeah, I think it was 203. Yeah. So we're here tonight. Unfortunately, tonight, Dr. Sass isn't able to join us. We apparently booked Dr. Sass for 3 shows in 5 weeks. So he asked me kindly if he could pass on tonight, and of course I said absolutely. I didn't even realize that, but he will be here on the 23rd with the trifecta that is going to be going on the day before Thanksgiving with Charles Bracken and Max Whippy. So and on top of that, he'll be here for Astropalooza as well. So it's going to be pretty cool, you know. So tonight is going to be basically like Pete likes to say, a free format tonight.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we really don't have anything prepared due to the fact that we were supposed to have a guest and we do not now. So a couple of things. I guess we'll just start off the way we always started off again with our sponsors, and we'll talk about our sponsors. We'll talk about Astropalooza too, because the website is up for everybody. So let's see, where's the SPO? I should put this in the ups because then I can find it a lot better. Here we go. And so again, as usual, our sponsors every week, they give us nice presents and stuff to give away. Woodland Hills was gracious enough to give us a lot of money to give out in gift certificates. And December, let's see, the Friday before Christmas. When is that? The Friday before Christmas, which is December. Actually, we'll do it December 16th. December 16th, we're going to be giving two $250 gift certificates to Woodland Hills and camera and telescopes. So that is going to be. So if you're not involved with that giveaway, sign up at astroworldweb.com because that's going to be cool. Also to our main Red Giant level, Prima Luce, Camera Concepts, and Optolong all have been super gracious. Optolong for Astropalooza is giving us another 3-nanometer SHO set plus a 2-inch LRGB set. So that's going to be another one, and we'll talk about the raffles or the free door prizes later on. Super Giant level, Masters of Pix Insight and IP for AP. Hey, Dougie. But Masters of Pix Insight and IP for AP give us classes all the time. We give away yearly subscriptions and classes just about every Friday. So and on the website in the calendar to give you all the details on what we give away. Sign up for everything because you never know what you might win. Of course, we have member sponsors as well, and with them we get all the T-shirts and all the good toys that we could get that give out to you guys as far as perks is concerned. Our highest level is Quasar member, and we're looking to add another level to that. And I think we got our title for the next level. Our Black Hole members, Charity, Sean, George, and Mike, followed by our Red Giant members. Thank you so much for everybody and your support. Main sequence members as well, and our Protostar members. So we got a lot of stuff going on our Patreon. So feel free to join us on our Patreon account at AstroWorld TV on Patreon. So if you want to become a member and support us, that'd be great. And don't forget to hit the like button on the video. Hit that like button. Smash it, smash it. November 9th is tonight. Christian Sass will not be here tonight. On November 16th, we'll be having from the Lima Astronomical Society, Michael Ritchie. It's going to be our fundraiser night for them. So please support the burglary that happened. Don't support the burglary. Help them recoup from the burglary over at the LAS, where they lost their 14-inch Schmidt-Cassegrain Celestron scope plus a whole slew of eyepieces and everything like that. November 23rd is the trifecta night that you're going to have Charles Bracken, Dr. Sass, and Dr. Whitby all here at the same time talking about all sorts of good astronomy books and iTelescope, and it's going to be amazing. So definitely come and check us out on November 23rd. On December 7th, we have Jeff Dickerman, and we just booked Craig Starks either on the 14th or the 7th of January. So I got to get together with him. So be on the lookout on the website for more updates on guests as we go along. Don't forget Astropalooza in December. There's a guest list, and the guest list is now closed. It's going to be an amazing, amazing day. And I just went through everything by accident. There we go. It's going to be an amazing day, and we got lots of giveaways, including also, which I didn't mention yet, a signed copy of Charles Bracken's book, The Visible Universe, amongst others. We're going to be putting together, so it's going to be interesting. And of course, join us on our other social media platforms: Discord, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, and Facebook. So that being said, thank you everybody for dealing with me for now, and we'll go back to the three of us. And
Mark's asking, what time is Astropalooza?
2 p.m. Eastern. And you know what? I'll share you my screen for a second. So give me 1 second. I'll get it up. All right. And we'll get on the AstroWorld site real quick, and I'll show you. So here's where you're gonna get any information that about Astropalooza as we go by, because it's coming up to be about a month away. So it's really crunch time. If you just scroll down a little bit to the scheduling announcement, the link to the Astropalooza site is right there. You go to that, and then as you go there, it will tell you all of the guests that we have coming on. There's Adam Block, Charles Bracken, Nico Carver. We got two of our own, Ernest Jacobs, Josh Kovac, Amy Little, or Amy Astro. Masters of Pix Insight will be here. Sean Nielsen, Dr. Sass, and Molly Wakeling. So it's a star-studded astro. It's gonna be crazy. There's a little video that I put up here for any newbies who wants to know what we do. Most of you guys and girls that are in the chat have seen it already. If you haven't, it's a 1 minute and 30-second video on what is AstroWorld. And here's where you enter for the door prizes. I didn't put a picture yet, but this is different, and this is separate from all the other ones. So you got to sign up for this to be eligible for the door prizes. So we have 30 days left to sign up. So go in there, put in your email just like you would do any other door prize or giveaway in AstroWorld, and you will be entered in the in all of the door prizes. You don't pick. So it's kind of goes. We'll put a list of what we're doing first, second, in order of what giveaways we're giving away, and then we'll do it that way. And then there's the agenda. So we're 2 p.m. to 9:30 or so. It's gonna be a long day, and then
it's gonna be a long day, bro.
Yeah. And then you got the poll. I moved the poll to the website. So this is Al Needs info. We'll say which is which that day. So far, this hasn't moved. 16 votes right now on that. So 16. And that's how you go on and check out everything that's going on for Astropalooza. So keep an eye on this website. And more information to come, and I'll make the names of the people a little bit bigger because that's a little small down there. But I'll fix all that as we go. But that's what's going on with Astropalooza. And you know what annoys me is that I got no ice for my drink. I don't even have one ice cube in the house. I have not one ice cube at all.
What?
Not one ice cube. You know what? We went away and we usually make ice in the ice maker outside. And when we went away, we unplugged it. And I don't even know where my ice trays are. But
that's where you get good neighbors. You go over there and say, "Hey, I don't need a cup of sugar. I just need some ice cubes."
I need some ice. I think we got Scott. I think Scott just jumped on.
Oh, Scott's? Looks like Mark here.
There we go. And Scott came on. All right. Scott's getting ready to get slammed again with another storm, it looks like.
Hey, got the shirt.
Yep. So it's just rain in the Lanai to 50-mile-an-hour winds, huh? So, or more.
Hey, you're gonna have to pull up the 4 up because we only have a 3 up right now. In us, on our side.
Oh, my bad. Yeah, sure, I could do that. Give me 1 second. And the 4 up is 37. I'll fix that for you in a second. And 37. So, anybody do anything with the eclipse? I slept through it. So
you slept through it?
Yeah. There was no way I was getting up. I had a big day at work on that day. I got, I guess, what's called a lateral promotion, I guess is what you would call it.
A lateral move. You get promoted, but you don't get the raise.
So you know exactly what I'm talking about. So it's kind of like a side shift. So now they gave me one store as a operations consultant, a supervisor, on top of all my other hats of training, technology, everything else. So it did come with a little bump in the bonus, but not anything on a weekly basis. But that's okay. Not a big deal. It's only one store anyway, and it's a store nobody wants because it's too far away. But it's close for me. So, but so yeah, I slept right through. What's that?
Well, congratulations on your lateral promotion, where you won't really get a raise, but you'll get a nice little bump somewhere.
Hey, you know what? I have the most flexible schedule in the entire company because I just make my own.
See, there you go.
So that's
sometimes that flexibility sometimes
it means a ton. Like I could come home today. I came home at 3:00 in the afternoon and did some stuff for AstroWorld.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you get free fries.
I see. There's the DB, and we won't say what the DB is, but that's the DB in there. Let's see. So we got Astro Puppets slept. Saw the last one. Norm was super foggy, couldn't see it. Mark got a few quick looks while setting up for the election. Jason live streamed it. Brian took a pic with his phone, went back to bed. and lots of cloud cover for Dennis. So lots of cloud cover for Mike. But it was clear. It was super clear here. I just chose the problem was in New York, at least. If I could be wrong on the number, but the total eclipse started at 23 degrees above the horizon and ended at 13 degrees above the horizon. So it was going to be super, super low. I could not go outside of my house and look at it. I would have to drive somewhere. And yeah, I'm not going to do that at 3 o'clock.
Wow.
Wake up at 3 in the morning and do that. Maybe if it was something like super, super cool I've never seen before, but I've seen plenty of lunar eclipses. The only unfortunate thing is I think the next lunar eclipse isn't until after the solar eclipse.
Yeah, 2025.
Not
yeah,
lifetime.
2025.
2025 is the next total lunar eclipse.
Yeah.
There's still going to be partial lunar eclipses coming throughout the year and stuff like that. But as far as a total lunar eclipse, it's not until I think March of 2025.
So the next eclipse that we will see in the U.S. For lunar is 2025. We're gonna have the total solar eclipse before that in April of 24. Yeah. So yeah, that's not. I don't know about the next eclipse in the UAE, Tarek. You might want to check out time and date and find out. But I'm sure that there'll be a lot of other ones going around the world. I'm sure there is. Just not here.
Yeah, I was trying because we were talking before we ever came online. I was trying to get the eclipse. I mean, I got it. I got lots of video, but I don't know planetary at all. Just to be honest with you. So trying to do it, I may have done things improperly, with trying to get the full disc. I was, because of the eclipse, it's getting darker and I should have boosted the gain a bit more, or something so I can get the entire disc, or extended the exposure or something. But when I was trying to put it through auto stacker or through Astro Surface, it was only getting half to do the alignment points.
The other half wasn't bright enough.
Yeah, the other half wasn't bright enough and stuff like that. So if anybody has any suggestions on monochrome planetary imaging, because I was using my 2600 mono, please shoot me either Eric at AstroWorldWeb.com. Shoot me some links on how-tos and on YouTube, some YouTube videos, maybe, Dylan O'Donnell, I'm sure he may have one, but, so I can learn how to do that, because I would love to try to do it at least once.
Yeah.
And
I mean, we talk about it all the time. Yeah, we talk about it all the time that planetary is like a different type of monster. You know what I mean? It's completely different because it's from processing and acquisition and everything, it's completely backwards compared to everything else that we do. You take videos for planetary, you take long stills for deep sky.
For deep sky.
So it's kind of weird. You need to throw a Barlow or something on when you're doing planetary to knock down the brightness of the planets, because planets are inherently bright, right? So, well, what are nebulas and galaxies? They're diffuse. So why would you put a Barlow on it? Because you need faster scopes to grab the light more. So it's definitely kind of like an inverse thing as far as procedures, at least in some parts, between planetary and deep sky.
Yeah, so like I said, just trying to understand, especially like, okay, how much is too much, as far as gain and things like, especially dealing with an eclipse. An eclipse is a whole new beast on its own. That's a whole different beast on its own. We're trying to manage that guy doing mono. So if I would have thought about it, I would have bit the bullet and taken my image train apart and put on the one shot. But live and learn.
Eric, you should check out Cloudy Nights. I mean, there were some great images that were posted, and just type in, in the forums, lunar eclipse. A lot of the post processing was a little bit too saturated for my liking. I mean, they really saturated that reddish orange, but there was a couple in there that really were spectacular. I mean, they really just didn't. They actually talked about what the exposure time was, what the gain settings were, but just do a little cloudy, just do a little search on Cloudy Nights, and there's some pretty good images.
Nice. Thanks. Good advice. And then I also discovered this software. I'm sure it's been around for a while, but it was new to me. AstroSurface.
Yeah, we were talking about that offline. Yeah.
You can do planetary as well as you can do deep sky and stuff like that. So that looks kind of interesting as well. And it's supposed to be easier to use. It's supposed to be a full thing, so you don't have to go and do auto stacker or Registax. You can do everything within AutoSurface. So maybe something I can tinker around with. So we'll see.
Hey, again, it's going to take a little bit of practice. I mean, it's not different equipment, different techniques, different everything. So
it is. It absolutely is. So yeah, so like I said, I should have just taken my mono off and just put on my 533 one shot, but it's all good.
I think while I'm talking, so I can't type and talk at the same time.
Yeah. So right now I'm trying to actually work on the California Nebula, but there were trees in the way. So I'm occasionally, that's why I'm looking at my my phone here and going into the ASI Air app so I can see when it's cleared up and see when it's ready, so I can go ahead and do some imaging, at least in HA, until the clouds roll in until midnight. So
yeah. But so I was able to play with Carol Santulis, who's in the chat. I was able to play with an AM5 over the course of this week.
Yeah.
And it is so cool. It was so, I mean, when they say 1, 2, 3 as easy as 1, 2, 3, I mean, it is really, I mean, it is so, it was so easy, it's stupid. I mean, it was amazing. I mean, to literally, I was able to pick up with one hand, and I have a picture of my wife was scared, but I have a picture of me holding the AM5, the tripod, my Red Cat setup with the ASI hair with one hand, like this.
That's awesome.
Like this.
That's awesome.
It's amazing. It was complete, no counterweight. That's just the way it is. That's no counterweights, no nothing.
What kind of tripod?
Carbon fiber, the TC40 that the AM5 is not. It doesn't come with it, but you can get it. That CWO's carbon fiber tripod. But it was, I took 5-minute images of M31. Ours were round, guiding anywhere between 0.4 to 0.6. I think I have one picture at a 0.9, but that was when a wind gust came across, so it kind of skewed the guiding numbers a little bit. But no problems at all. Zero. Right into the ASI Air. Saw it right away.
PEC?
What's that?
No PEC problems?
No, nothing.
Good.
Right out of the box. No training, no calibration, no
That's
nothing.
good.
Right out of the box.
That's good.
Right
Hopefully
now,
the Pegasus.
you could definitely get it. What's that?
I said hopefully the Pegasus one will be as nice.
I'm hoping to see one tomorrow. I think we got them in, but we'll see. It all depends on how the Grecian shipping lanes are going. But I know that I know it cleared customs, so I'm just waiting to see that. Pete, you are into that every winter. Able 85, Able 85, do Able 85.
I saw one today with Chris White. I'm trying to get Chris to get on the show, but he's being hard to reply to my emails. But he did a starless image black and white of it, and it is beautiful on astrobin. It really is a great capture. I think it was with an FSQ 106. It really is a beautiful, beautiful image, but it's just a great image. But I tell you what, it'll really test you in terms of exposure time and post processing. But it's something that we should probably maybe do as a challenge. It'd be amazing to see everybody's kind of, but it's coming up now, and I mean it'll be with us right through until February, March. So I really like that target.
I know you do. I know you do. And you know what? If I get a flattener, I'll do it, because right now Able 85 will not look very decent in the Red Cat. But I mean,
Yeah,
I need a little bit more focal length than that. But
yep, just HAO3. That's all you need
Yep.
on that one, because it's just a great image.
and here I'll show you this real quick. So this is an image I took. This is this is obviously isn't the image, but I mean, just to give you some guiding numbers,
Right back.
you know, 0.5 at that one. There's another one, and I did a zoom in of the stars right here. So there's M31 at 5 minutes. So stars look decent. That's a 5 minute shot. You don't want to see that. I gotta be careful what button I press here. And then let's see. So I have, and then as soon as I got done with about 4 or 5 minute shots, yeah, that's what happened. Nice cloudy night. There you go. That's a welcome to New York. Literally like 5 minutes later, and then that's it. But I mean, it's so light and small. I mean, it's amazing how they could do this. That it works the way it does. I was very impressed. And on that note, I'm selling my Exos 100 and my Exos 2 from Explore Scientific, the 2 mounts that I have, to kind of maybe purchase one of these or the Pegasus, whichever one I kind of like better. The Pegasus is about $1,000 more, but holds a little bit more weight. It holds 40 pounds.
How about how much more?
40 pounds without a counterweight.
Okay, 40 pounds without a counterweight, and
I think it's
AM5,
like 62. AM5 is 13
AM5
kilos, which is 26 without a
26.
counterweight, and 42 or 43 width.
But you see people with 9 1/4s.
Yeah, but the 9 1/4s only weigh about 30 pounds. You know.
That's what I'm saying. So, and they're putting it on AM5s, and the payload on AM5, you were saying, is around 25.
No,
pounds.
It's 26 without
26
counterweight, 40 something width.
Right.
So
with the counterweights.
Yeah.
And that's probably more just for balance if you were using
yeah, it's all for balance. It's all for balance.
If you were using the carbon fiber tripod, but if you had a pretty solid already mount tripod like the AVX or the Nexstar or some of these Celestron mounts, because the mounting bolt is, I believe, the same size. I
believe it's a 3/8.
Yeah, and you can use those because they're a lot. They have more. They're a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot more sturdier. But I've been doing some research a little bit into the harmonic drives, and it's really a best practice to have that counterweight on there to offset the balance of the scope, because sometimes you'll start to see over time when the scope is off, it'll start to kind of drift a little bit when the scope is off. And that happens with the rainbows. It happens with all the harmonic mounts where it kind of drifts. So you want to have that so you don't walk in the next day and the scope's on the floor.
No, the RST 300 doesn't do that. If you turn it off, it's got a lock.
Yeah, but in the other direction, I've already had reports of it drifting.
Mine doesn't.
I know you're touching that one. You're opening yourself up right there for for a world to hurt. but
I
but
think
I've actually
why.
yeah. I've actually, I hear what you're saying. It does have locks. The RST 135 does not have the locks. But I've had reports of the RST 300 just slowly. It has it. It's nothing dramatic, but it does kind of if you have no counterweight on it.
Yeah, there must be something wrong with it because I can't even physically move mine when it's turned off. I can't force it to move. It's locked.
Maybe you didn't have the lock.
There
on
must
all
be
the way.
something wrong with it.
Maybe there's something. Maybe the lock wasn't on all the way.
Yeah. Now, if it's turned on, yeah, you can move it. But
Oh yeah.
But if it's shut off, it's locked up. I can't even physically move it.
Gotcha.
I'm just looking through the chats.
Let's see here. Yeah. Tarek and I were having a little bit of a chat on dual band filters and trying. I was just going back. It's 10 nanometers is the NBZ.
Yep.
The standard, and then they have an ultra high speed for faster systems. But for Tarek, that's why I was recommending just the standard. And I've used that during full moons.
Yep.
And I honestly haven't had problems with it, with halos or anything like that with mine. So.
Yeah, I mean, Eric was the one that really brought the NBZ to the show, and since then, it's been flying off the shelves. I gotta say, but I can't keep them on the shelves. Ted can't give me enough of them to keep on there. Literally, I mean, it's just it's really, really. I have one. I use one as well. I dropped my L Enhance and my L Extreme like a bad habit.
Seriously,
and
nothing against our sponsors or anything like that.
No.
But I'm just giving my opinion.
No,
I've had several different types of multi-band one-shot color filters, narrowband filters, and for all the ones I have spent, 200, 300, even one I spent close to $800, $900 on one. The NBZ at like around $300.
Yep, it's worth it totally.
All out.
Absolutely.
Seriously.
And by the way, that those pictures that I took of the Andromeda Galaxy, those were with the D3 IDAS light pollution filter as well. And I'm liking it. I think it. I gotta put side by side from the D3 and the L Pro and the batter. I want to put them all side by side to see if there's any kind of. I haven't had a chance to do it yet to see if there's any kind of real big difference between the three in my area, because the D3 really adds in the LED blocking lights,
right?
Which I have some in my area. I was just wondering if it would make any big difference visually between the three different filters. So that's going to be kind of good. What did I do, Sean? What did I do? I don't know why I cracked you up. I don't know. I do that sometimes.
It's funny. We've talked about this in the past when we look at transmission bandpass curves. And we always look at the peak, but really what we could also do at the same time, if you're looking at what the peak is and what it's allowing to pass through, is look at the transmission wavelengths that it's not allowing to go through. Because basically these filters are nothing more than just interference filters. So when you compare filters and you look at their transmission curves, look at what the wavelengths that they're actually inhibiting. And there's a big difference between the NBC, the Optolong, the chromas. You'll be amazed to see the difference in these transmission values. So just kind of look at it from a reverse angle instead of looking at what it will pass through, because that's what's so important.
Yeah, absolutely.
So if I could share my screen here real quick, I'm just going to share one of my photos. And this was not at a total full moon, but this is what I was using with the 294 with the NBZ to give you an example. Now, this was with my Rasa. And this is while the moon was about 85% illuminated. And this was with the NBZ, right? If you take a look, beyond, yes, I blew out the core, but beyond that, I mean, look at the control of the stars, as well as the nebula itself and the nebulosity. I mean, this is the NBZ at, like I said, with a, facing south at Orion, 85%, illumination with the moon, so if this can give you a rough idea of what I'm talking about, why I really like this filter.
Yep. That's awesome.
Just to control those stars, those stars, it was awesome. So,
the interesting thing is that all these manufacturers, and I'm going to kind of just use Optolong as the example, and even ZWO. Remember when ZWO first came out with their filters and everybody complained about the halos? They'd never really gotten into the filter market. That wasn't really their bread and butter. That, they were more in cameras and everything else. But over time, their second, third, fourth generations, they improve upon the coatings. And don't get me wrong, it's like anything, they'll get it right. And right now they're getting pretty close. I mean, you look at Optolong, you look at the L-Enhance, they'll come out with their second, third, fourth generation of it, and they'll get really close. But as I always say to everybody is that, and it's just me personally, believe me, I'm not trying to pick on anybody. They're just not there yet in quality control. They will get there, but when you talk about Japanese quality control, you talk about German quality control, American quality control, we're there right now. And we're always looking for more inexpensive filters, more inexpensive cameras. But there's kind of a trade-off when it comes to the quality control. And what I've always found out is that I don't know if it's either a Monday morning or a Friday afternoon, whenever those cameras get made, they're the ones that always get the complaint on, but you don't know what serial number is because you don't know when it was actually fabricated. But as I said, they're going to get better on the generations. Believe me, on the generation filters, they're going to get very, very good at it. But I'm in agreement with you, Eric. I've always liked the Japanese and the Hutech. And I think for that matter, if you want, Dan, I can reach out to Ted. And I think Ted would like to be on the show. I'll ask him to go ahead and come on, because I think that he's got enough products that would definitely be of interest, along with the S filters.
Yep, absolutely. And there's been a lot of chat going back and forth between the Leas and the Optolongs, and a couple of things that I've seen in my tests with Leas, at least they've changed this. So I don't want it. The Leas with the new coatings are a lot better. Originally, when 3 nanometers just came out, Lea was one of the first to throw out their filters into the 3 nanometer bucket. And they came out, and the regular Lea's first generation in 03 and S2 had super bad halos. I mean, bad. Like a 7 nanometer Optolongs, which was put in the chat as well. The 7 nanometer HA and the 6.5, more the 03 and the S2, but the 6.5s had really bad halos. And my Horsehead with Allen Attack was taken with a 6.5 03, and you see it. It's I want to do it all again.
Yeah, you showed pictures of that.
Oh, you're back, Scott. Well, I'm sorry. Thank you. Yeah, no, I've shown pictures of it, and I put them side by side, and it became defunct now because Lee has since changed that. So they came out with the 3 nanometer B version. Now they're up to the Ultra version. So everybody's getting better with the coatings, which makes all the difference in the world, because that's what controls those halos. It's the coating. So it's super important that people get it right, especially when you're spending, I mean, for the Optolongs, $1,200 on a 2-inch set, or if you go to Chromas and spend $1,200 a filter. But so it should be controlled, and you know, so the Leah's has gotten better. The I've been shooting 3 nanometer Optolong. I'm not changing. I love them. I think that there's almost literally no, to me, and I got some cataracts maybe or something, but no discernible halos in O3 or S2 at all. So it's really, really nice. They did a really good job. I know Sean, who's in the chat, has done some tests with some of the earlier versions, and there was an issue originally even with the Optolongs, but that has been since fixed as well. And you know, they're really good, and that's why, shameless plug, we're giving one away on the 30th of I'm sorry, the 30th of November. One more set of the SHO 2-inch filters. So go sign up for the giveaways. Don't forget to hit the like button. I only see 6 likes on there. Don't forget the like button. I see there's 30 people watching, and only 6 people like us. So come on, hit the like button.
Yeah, come on, guys. Hit the like button. Share the show. If you're on Facebook, go ahead, share down, go down to share to public. That way other people within the Facebook community can discover our show, share down there, and like on YouTube. And we could really, really use the support and the help to help grow the brand, grow the show, get more people involved, and share the all of the great content and information and the fun that we have here with other people who are like-minded as us. So,
hey Dan, have you sent Don Goldman an email, because he wants to be on the show? And he will definitely do a great presentation on the Astrodon filters.
I just got a message back from Charles, so I don't think I sent, honestly, I don't think I sent him an email yet.
Okay, do me a favor, send it to him tomorrow, because it's important. And you and I talked about it, but I think that he's got a great little talk and little presentation that he would love to do on it.
Yeah, we would love to have him on. And for those of you guys don't know who Don Goldman is, he is the Astrodon master, Don from Astrodon, and filter master. I mean, it's gonna be great to have him on. That's my first set of decent filters that I bought. 36 millimeter I series CCD I bought from Astrodon with my S-Big camera, and those things were awesome. They were great. I mean, he has a good product. And Sean, do me a favor, just let me know if you're in the chat, Sean. I saw you before. Let me know. I got a present for you that I want you to see. So, but I'm not going to do it unless if you're there. So let me know if you're there. Anyway,
he was floating around.
I know he was. Oh, he's still here. Okay, so,
he's still there.
I'm going to do, and this is an AstroWorld exclusive. I'm going to do this on the show just for my buddy Sean, because I'm a little bit nervous about doing this, because I'm not sure if I'm going to spit them out or actually like them. But for those of you that know, I kind of went to Canada and hung out with Sean and Ron Breacher, and we had an awesome time. But he gave me these.
Hey, Sean, did you get Dan to eat French fries with gravy?
So,
that's a Canadian thing.
So I'm not sure. It even has the Canada, like the logo on it, Canada logo on it, and
oh man,
I don't know what to do with these. I think you're supposed to eat them. So they don't look very appetizing.
Oh man, that's awesome.
Sean, you mean to tell me you also didn't send Dan home with some maple syrup? Shame on you.
No, he did. I got it. Yo.
I mean, that's Canadian.
No. Sorry, Sean. We're getting deported. Nope. Send them back.
And one other thing, Sean will know this.
Oh man, hold on a second.
There's a thing called P-mill bacon. And believe me, in America, they don't know what it is, but man, I tell you what, it is great. And Sean, chime in on this because only Canadians know what it's all about.
Ooh. That is something that I don't care. I'm not going to acquire that taste. Whoever said that, that's something that I'll pass on. I'm a very picky eater. I will not.
Oh no, trust me, Dan. You would love female bacon. I guarantee you, when it's cooking and you can smell it, it's better than your regular bacon strips. Trust me, it
What
is
is
that
it?
good. It's called P-mel, P-E-M-E-L, I think, P-mel bacon. You'll have to do a Google search on it, but you can only get it in Canada. But there's a company that will actually export it down into the States from Canada. And you can get like a pound or 2 pound. And believe me, it is absolutely to die. It's that good. But it's Canadian. It's a Canadian thing.
Well, you know what? Well, it looks like, and I'm hoping to hook this up maybe for the solar eclipse. I might be going north instead of south and hanging out with the guys again for the solar eclipse in 24. And we'll definitely have to have a little poutine party. And
There you go.
there you go. But yeah, that's something. Jen, you can have the ketchup chips, Jen. You can have them because that's one chip. Yeah. Sorry, Sean.
Just one chip. That's all it took.
Not sure. I don't know if that's a joke or not. But Dennis,
Dennis,
I hope you mean that in a nice way, Dennis. You're here every week.
Yeah, I hope so, but yeah, I would really, I don't know.
Well, it's we do talk astrophotography, but you know what? It's all about the people and friends that we also have in the community. And just like Scott lived in New York before he moved, we've never met each other. And
nope.
Pete,
I'm 8 hours away.
Pete. Yeah, not far. Same distance as Sean and Ron. I went up to Eric. Eric's even further. I saw Eric before you. I'll probably meet Pete before you. I'll probably meet Jason. I'll meet Simon Lewis before I meet you. I'll be in New Zealand hanging out with Simon.
Yeah.
Oh, you're coming to Florida in February, aren't you?
I'm hoping to do so. It's on the plan. Plans do change, but I really want to make it this year. Take the auto train down to Winter Star Party.
Well, thanks, Norm. Appreciate that, man. And yeah, the Astro Imaging channel. I have nothing against it. I watch it. I mean, heck, I was watching it when Trevor was on. Just I think it was last week or earlier this week, and he was very cool enough to answer or send across a few of my questions. And no, they've got a great following. I mean, you got Astro Molly. I mean, she's on there, and a lot of others. So it's they've been around for quite some time. So they've built up a following. They have
some like 7 years, I think. So they got like double. They got like double the time on us, and three times the membership. I think they're about 7,000. But hey, you know what? Definitely the Astro Imaging channel is definitely. It's an unbelievable show. They do a great job across the board, and we're not taking anything away from them because you know what? They're doing the same thing we're doing. They do it, they've just done it longer. And they also have the guests that we have. And one thing that we do that's a little bit different is, we do a little bit more of the goofiness than they do.
A bit more laid back, maybe
a little bit more laid back.
Where the Astro Imaging channel, they have great guests, just like we do, because they're very similar. We have very similar guests. Sometimes the same guests to come on. It's just they do a lot more. To be honest with you, they do a lot more presentations, and demonstrations and stuff like that through PowerPoint and stuff. So that's probably it.
It's a lot more. It's a lot more structured. Let's say.
Yes.
Yeah. It's a lot more structured. And you know what? No, I'm sure they have their version of off the rails, but since somebody has brought it up, a member who's in the chat right now, in the chat, he's known as Astro Puppet. I don't know if he wants to, but I think he came up with the title for the higher membership title that people have been asking for. And what do you think he said?
What did he say?
You off the rails. You off the rails member.
There you go.
I think we're gonna have an off the rails member at above the Quasar member. So it's the off the rails member. I think is gonna be it, because you got to be off the rails to pay that kind of money to us. I mean, so that being said, night Ernie, send me a picture of you. I need a picture of you for the Astropalooza webpage. Send me a pic. You know, it doesn't even have to just be if you don't want your face, give me your rig or something. Right now, I just have the AstroWorld picture up there for you. But send me a pic. So yeah, Sean. Yeah, I agree that the dynamics of the shows definitely are quite different. You know, but hey, you know what? You get, you know, just like some people watching different TV shows. You know, you get something from one, you don't get the same from the other. You know, and
exactly.
Maybe if you smush them together, you get an even better understanding of what's going on. So hopefully, that's what's going on.
So if we can equate our show to Monty Python, would you equate the Astro Imaging Channel to Benny Hill?
Oh wow! Yeah, sure. Why not?
That's how often we are.
I would say TAIC is ER and warehouse. That's what I like. That I think would be, you know, ER is very technical, you know, and very straightforward and structured, and the house is like, whew, you don't know what's going on. So
yeah, that's a shame when they took that off the air, because I like watching that show.
Yeah,
what's House? House was great.
Oh yeah, it was great, man.
What a great show. And you know what? I will put, and again, we're going a little off the rails here. I would put the finale of House up in the top probably 10 finales of all time.
Yeah, it was great. I mean, he was a great
ER versus Scrubs. Okay, we can do that too. That's fine. No problem. We'll be Scrubs. That's all right.
That's funny.
Good with that. I'm good with that.
I am fine with that. I am definitely fine with that. And if anybody wants a bag of ketchup potato chips with one chip taken out of it, I'll send it to you. So just let me know. I'll even ship it. I'll pay for the shipping.
Just get it out of my house.
Just get it out of here.
Oh my Lord!
Even my dog. You know what? I'm gonna get Pepper. See if he'll eat it.
You're cruel, man. That I'm gonna call PETA on you. I'm gonna call the ASPCA.
But anyway, so I really don't have any sort of what happened. What did I miss? Oh yeah. Scott's talking about his. So Scott and I have been slowly getting his rig back together, and getting it, I guess, all updated and ready to go for first Florida light, let's say. So we're almost there. All we need is the hurricanes to stop coming, and we'll be good to go. Because Scott's now got a little storm coming your way, huh, Scott?
Oh yeah, it's going to be probably in the next, I don't know, 5 or 6 hours. It's going to be literally going right over the top of our house.
Is it like, I mean, it really hasn't hit the news, at least in New York.
No, it's because it's just a tropical storm.
By
the time it gets here, it'll probably be just a tropical storm. You know, it'll be a Cat 1 by the time it hits the Atlantic coast, and but coming over Central Florida like that, it'll weaken really fast.
Gotcha.
And so, but still, I mean, you're still looking at 50, 60 mile an hour sustained winds.
Yeah, Cat 1,
So.
yeah, Category 1. Yep.
Yep, at the Atlantic coast. Yep. And even then, I mean, a Category 1, this I think my house is rated no damage all the way to a Cat 3, so I'm not worried.
No. Carol wants to know what red wine you're drinking, Pete. But yeah, so I'm looking real forward. I'm hoping to get my flattener finally in from Astrophysics.
Can you image from the eye? Give me a break. Oh my God.
Do it. See what happens. Just,
Lord
get one
have
of those,
mercy.
what is those canopies for like the big lenses for cameras. Just throw it over the C14 and the camo over the back. See what happens.
Good God.
But
yeah, talk about tickling the tail of the dragon.
Yeah, you ain't kidding.
Yeah, sure.
Let's not talk about House of the Dragon because I'm very upset about that. But
yeah, let's not go.
But yeah, so I'm hoping to get. I was told I've been like, like how we talk about it. We talk about it in private. We've been $8.99 to death, whether that be Netflix or CBS All Access or Paramount or whatever you got going on. I'm being 2 weeks to death by Astrophysics.
Mm-hmm. How many 2 weeks is it now?
Yeah, 2 weeks.
Like
2 weeks.
2 weeks. How long are you to be here? 2 weeks.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like that paper boy from Better Off Dead. I want my $2.
I want my $2. But yeah, I mean, I've been telling. So I was told in July that I would get it probably in September or August, September.
Mm-hmm.
September, first week in December, week and a half. Just be a little more patient. October 1 came and goes. Another 2 weeks. Just be a little more patient.
Mm-hmm.
November 1st comes by and said, "Oh, well, we're on vacation right now, so give us another 2 weeks." So I'm like, "Oh my God!" I'm like, "Come on!" I'm dying. I've been dying to use a scope. I took some pictures. I got some decent Wizard Nebula stuff, and I kind of salvaged, some of it. You could definitely see some of the curvature, but it's in desperate need of a flattener where I'm this close to just purchasing a non astrophysics flattener to go in there, and I don't know how that's going to react with the scope, but I'm really
Is there one
close.
at the store?
What's that?
Is there one at the store?
Oh, I could get a flattener. What I can get like one of the what is it, the 73s from the 6A7s from the store, which has a nice big.
Just borrow one temporarily, see if it'll work.
Yeah, I could, but you know what? You can't just. The problem is you can't just borrow one because then you're going to end up with a box like this. And it's thank you for the segue. You're going to end up with a box like this, and I'll cover the name. Okay. Okay. See what it says on the top?
Yeah.
Precise parts, right? You also notice it hasn't been opened.
Yeah.
At all. And guess where it goes? Closet of death. There you go. Oh, sorry, Pep.
Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute.
Did you just wipe out your dog?
Almost. Come here, Pep.
What's the connections? I may know or I may need it. So hold on. What do you got going on there?
Oh, I don't know. You want to know what it is? Hold on a second. I'll tell you exactly what it is. Because I guarantee you the packing slip is still in there because I've never opened it. So I'll open it up and let you know what it is. Pete, you should know what it is. Okay. You ordered it.
I ordered. Well, that's right. I did.
You did. Hold on. See, it hasn't even been opened yet. I still have it in here.
And it's been changed already. Yeah.
Yep. And it's changed already. So this is a custom adapter, Feather Touch 3515, the QHY268C. Really?
That's right. Yeah.
That's interesting. So you needed one from the focuser to the camera? Really? All right.
Yeah, that was what you had way back
We didn't need this, did we? Oh, we did at the time. No, we did at the time.
at
Yeah.
the time. We did, but we did. Yeah, yeah,
That's all it is. So you got your
yeah.
what is that? M54? I think that's a 54.
M54 on
And then
the
that's
camera side,
the focuser side. But if
focuser
anybody
side.
wants
Yeah.
one, this could be yours.
You know what? I think that that's something that we ought to put up. I mean, we got enough precise parts that we don't use. Maybe what we could do, Dan, is we could set up a little section there and just say, "Hey, this is all the precise parts that we have. We don't need." You know?
You know what I'd have to do? I'd have to measure all of them because half the stuff I didn't keep the packing slip for them. I don't know what that's for. No idea what they're for. But now it goes back in the box. What's in the box?
Yeah.
What's in the box?
So what's the thread on the telescope side?
I think on the I'll tell you right now. I'll grab the thing that everybody needs that I can't find right now. I think it's in my toolbox. My dad's got this awesome set of tools. He can fix this. There we go. So, well, it's for the feather touch on the other side, on the scope side. The camera side, I believe, is M54.
Yeah, it's definitely M54 because that's what the
That's what it looks like
268 is.
anyway. So,
But what's the model number on the FTF?
it's the 3515, I think I said 3515 or 3545.
That's a 3-inch with a 1.5 inch travel. So anybody that needs a precise, and what's the length?
The length is 35 millimeters. And the threads. Oh my God, this is big. So the thread is.
God, have you seen what have you?
Looks like 103.
103. Yeah, it's probably like a 105 then, maybe
105.
Yeah, 105 millimeter. But yeah, that would definitely be for the feather touch, the Starlight Instruments feather touch.
Yep.
So it's a 3-inch focuser with a 1.5 inch travel.
Yep. There you go. Back in the box it goes. All right.
Boy, speaking about feather touch, have you seen what the lead times are now on their focusers?
Yeah, they're over 12 months now.
I'm afraid to ask.
Yeah, they're over 12 months now. I mean, and you look at even Dan's peer plates. I went to go to Dan's peer plates, and they're saying that they're 12 to 15 weeks out on their peer plates.
Wow.
So, and that's all because of, supply chain and all that.
Yeah. So I got a question.
Yes.
Viewers,
Yes.
ask us some questions. Since it's open format tonight and Dr. Sassy couldn't make it, since it's free format, please, if you got any questions, just post them and we'll definitely do our best to go ahead and give you an honest and a complete answer.
Did they order that from Dan's peer plates or from somebody? And it could, it could be faster, but when you're asking for something custom like I was, it was 12 to 15 weeks, and that's as of 3 days ago.
Yeah, if he has the setups for it, it's probably a lot quicker. The thing that I think was delaying it is the anodizing.
Yep.
That I remember when he did the plate for the Lasmondi, he was done with the plate in a week, and it took 4 weeks for the anodizing.
Yeah,
it's just nuts because he had to send it out.
So. That's awesome, Brian. So you got it in 3 weeks, and he was quoted 3 months too. So that's awesome that they're turning it around that fast because Dan's peer plates does does an awesome job. They do great work as far as their pier plates and the customization that they do.
Yep.
Really, really great job.
Yeah, might have gotten the one that someone canceled.
Maybe that might be, but I'm just looking to see in my photos if I have anything decent to show at all, and I don't think I do, but I'll look.
Hey, Dan, when is the date that we got to send you our photos, right? Because remember, we were going to go ahead and post
Like
those.
yesterday.
Oh, we got to do it yesterday. Okay.
No, like as
so,
soon as possible. So so
okay.
I think the day was it the 18th, if I remember right.
Was it the 18th that we were going to do that?
Let's see, photos calendar and host critique night. Where is it? Is it December? I gotta look for it. I got too many red things going. AstroWorld TV critique night. Where's the host? Let me see if I can search. Oh wow! So it's November 17th.
Oh, November
That's next
17th.
week.
Okay.
No, that's not right. No, that's a Thursday. That doesn't make any
That's a
sense.
Thursday. Yeah. So it's got to be the 16th.
I know I put it in here somewhere, and I just can't find it right now. I have too many notes. You don't understand how much stuff I have here. Host picture night. No, it's November 18th, Friday night.
Okay. So we got to get them to you ASAP then.
Yep.
Yeah, and Mark's asking whatever happened to the goofed up photos. That's a good question.
Oh, we did that. We did that. Yeah, we did the most creatively messed up picture. We did that.
Yeah.
You missed it. That's when you were MIA, Mark. I want to send my 80mm Stellaview in for a tune-up, but they say they're not accepting non-warranty stuff right now. No ETA on when they will either. Well,
Wow.
that's Stellaview. Yep.
Is it that they're? I wonder if they're just catching up and behind
That everybody's catching up. Everybody's catching up.
Because of the pandemic and everything, and they're finally getting around to things. So I have to prepare to, I got to move over one shot pretty soon and get the Rasa out, get the NBZ out, and take it out for a spin. Now that we're back into, we're in the fall here and Orion's, getting more prominent. I'm going to take another crack at it with the Rasa and the F2 and the NBZ. See if I can actually control the core this time. Maybe take 2-second shots and see how that goes.
All right, I gotta say something real quick, and normally I don't get involved with the chat with stuff like this, but Mark, enough. Just enough. All of us spend time here on the show. We all spend time out from our families to do the show. Enough with the disparaging remarks. Enough. Stop it.
What's going on?
He's talking about you again.
Oh,
I'm done.
I don't care.
I know, but it's starting to annoy me when I see it on the chat. Mark, enough, please. You have nothing to say. Don't say anything at all. I appreciate you. I like you as a friend, but enough in the chat. Thank you. Moving on.
All right. So we got the fall targets. You got M45. You got M42 finally coming out.
Yep.
What are some? So I just named off 2. You've got, of course, Orion Horsehead, Witch's Head, the Witch Head.
Which
That's
is Head
another,
yeah, Witch Head Nebula. Yep.
yeah, the Witch Head, Nebula. What are some other good, the Pleiades, the Hyades over in Taurus? What other ones are pretty prominent right now? That we can start taking a look at. Jellyfish. Okay,
Jellyfish
thanks,
is one.
Carol.
Tadpole's
Yes,
Flame.
the tadpole and the flame. Good.
Yep.
Yeah. The flaming star, absolutely. Those are really good. So I mean, this is now daylight savings time. Pete.
Everyone's throwing out stuff.
PayPal 85. Oh yeah.
I'm just waiting for him to spam it.
Telling you. Everyone's throwing out. Yeah, there's a lot of good stuff out there now. It's winter. It's nebula time. It's nebula time.
It is. It's nebula time. Here, let me see if I can find it here. I've been tinkering around with. Let me see. Open. Before I get it over here. Let's see.
Yeah, and not for nothing, but I really am very close to getting the big scope out, for the first time, seriously first time here in Florida. So if anybody's got a suggestion on a target at 28 degrees, I'm open.
Dude, you gotta get Charles Bracken's planner for your area. $20.
Oh, I think I do have his planner. I've got it somewhere. I've got to just dig it out.
So definitely,
I think it's in my back room.
So if I'm sharing my screen here real quick, and where is it? PI. So let me bring this up a bit more. So this is one I just finished.
Ghost.
For the Ghost.
Yep.
So then this was HOO RGB. So this is with the 3 nanometer Antlias. And as you can see, I'm also working on Andromeda. So I've got to do a bit more work there. But yeah, this is the latest one that I haven't even put this one on Astrobin yet. I just finished this one up.
Nice.
So this was one that's pretty good that I enjoyed doing.
Nice. I am so looking forward to like imaging again. I feel like I'm missing the whole winter. I really do. And this is the first winter that I've missed in a while due to either, like last winter I did good. I imaged all winter and it was great. The one before that I was messing around with my rig and putting the pier in and all that. Now this one I got new equipment and I'm moving stuff back and forth and I don't know how I did it. I couldn't get the right spacing for my not my Explorer, my Esprit flattener. The Esprit flattener is a little different than your regular flatteners, whereas the Esprit flatteners require a 61 millimeter of back focus in order for you to get the curvature, as opposed to 55, which is a standard for your basic flattener, but it's different as across the board depending on your manufacturer. Now, somehow, some way, even with the closet of death, all my Tupperwares filled with adapters and everything, I could not get to 61 millimeters no matter what I did. I was either 2 millimeters too much, 2 millimeters too little because of the spacers that I had. At one point, I had them all. I just don't know where they are now because they might be on another scope. Maybe I threw them in a closet of death and they're still in there. I don't know. So what did I do? I had to go and purchase a 12 millimeter spacer from Agena. So I'm waiting on that, which should be here on Monday. So then at least I can start imaging again with the Esprit. while I'm waiting on the flattener for the AP scope.
Here's another target for winter, SH2308.
308.
SH2308, huh?
08. Another great target, very obscure, not too many images.
Oh,
but
yeah,
boy,
we talked about it. That's a Dolphin Nebula.
Dolph, yep, absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, I just love these obscure targets. You know, no disrespect. I love the jellyfish, love the Orion, love the Veil, but you see so many of them. But it's just these obscure little nebulas that just every now and then you come across and you see somebody that does a great job on post processing. It just jumps out at you, and you think, you know what, that would be the image that I would love to put on a metal print and just put it up and put it on a wall. But that's another target, Eric, just like you're saying. That's another target that definitely is out there for winters.
Absolutely.
Dave said NGC 1999. And you know what? I'm going to do that and just put a picture of, who was it? Ray Milan?
Prince?
I think it is. No, not Prince.
I'm sorry, I couldn't resist.
I went back further. You know what?
Yeah.
I think it was it Ray Milan? Is that who is the guy in that? No, it was the other guy. It wasn't Ray Milan. It was
Which one? What
Space
movie?
1999, the TV show.
Oh, yeah.
God damn, you're really going back.
Oh, come on. It had the blonde chick.
That's an obscure show.
Martin Landau.
Yeah.
Oh, you're talking about the guy from Mission Impossible back in the 60s.
Martin Landau, who you know, he was also a Star Trek guy too. But you know, I'm gonna put that spaceship on there doing NGC 1999. I'm gonna put it across that. Let me see.
That's funny. But yeah, there's just so many of these. And once again, you know, Eric, kind of like what we were talking about several months ago, when people think, well, what is it that I need to shoot? We talk about IFN, you know, that intergalactic flux nebula. Right by Polaris, there's all that intergalactic flux nebula. And now, have you noticed that on Astrobin, have you seen the duration of some of these photographs? I mean, people are taking images now of 48 hours, 72 hours.
100 hours.
It's incredible now to see the detail, especially like, you know, the bat and the squid. I mean, they're starting to really pull out that squid within the bat. That's just incredible. You know, the squid being O2, right? The bat being HA. Yep. It's unbelievable to see that when you just get that kind of exposure time. But it's just amazing now what people are doing. So it's really a great time right now.
I'll show you a picture of that.
Yeah, that's another good target to check out. Is definitely the bat and the squid, because they're out right now. As a matter of fact, I was looking into those as well as far as possible targets.
Well, you were talking about the bat a while ago, Eric.
Yeah, I was. So it's on my to-do list. That is definitely on the to-do list, since it's facing north here, so it's pretty easy. It'd be much easier for me to get to. So,
and like a testament to what you just said, Eric, is Charlie. I mean, Charlie's done a great book on what targets that you can image. I mean, he really is just a valuable asset, and I mean, I cannot thank Charlie enough for what he's done for us to be able to put these books together. And I mean, when you really need to kind of figure out, well, what target do I want to shoot? You definitely need to get his book, because it's basically something that'll just tell you. And it's kind of the Astrophotography Sky Atlas. It'll tell you the index at the back of the book will tell you what target, what season that it would be beneficial to shoot it at, and what it's really noted for. If it's an H2 region, an HA, O3, it's a great book.
And if you're really like, you know, a Rush fan, you could do what I did. And those of you that know me, I'm a little bit of a joker. And, you know, I took this picture a while ago, and this is SH2112. And for those of you who are Rush fans out there, know that 2112 is one of the most famous Rush albums, you know, that came out. And of course, what I had to do was
it's the one that put them on the map.
do that to it, and only Rush fans will get this. And that's the Star Man from 2112, and I just threw it on there. And you know, I like to have fun with my pictures, but unfortunately, some people, you know, they're very eclectic, I guess. My sense of humor. So so that being said, you know,
Cygnus X1.
yeah. Well, you know, believe it or not, Cygnus X1 was the original theme song for AstroWorld until I got copyright struck.
Yeah.
I use it, and that's how I ended up using
book 1 and book 2. So you get book 2 is on hemispheres.
Well, all I did was the that was it, and they caught me.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. I almost wrote a
You
letter.
used to be able to get around that by giving credit to the musician, you know. But
yeah,
I don't think I think they've
you
done
can
away
still
with that.
get around it as long as you do it in the beginning and the end. And then if they give you a copyright, they won't give you a copyright strike. They'll give you a warning.
Right.
And then you could write to them and say, "Hey, listen, I gave them credit. They'll review it and take it down." You know, the strike. That's not
The warning.
a problem.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I was actually just looking, you know, Pete, using Nina to frame out the dolphin, and unfortunately, even for me, because I built my horizon and everything, it's only 24 degrees for me, and it's behind structure, so that unfortunately is not going to be, you know, one.
Yeah,
that
you'll
I
have
can
to
actually,
travel. I'll have to travel too, but
yeah,
it's a really cool target.
Scott will have a perfect altitude for that. I mean, it could be right in your wheelhouse.
And you know,
There you
not for nothing, Dan. We were when we were going through, and we were talking about the artificial horizon for Stellarium.
Yep.
The next day, no, it was 2 days after that. I went out that enormous myrtle.
Yep.
That crepe myrtle that I was showing. You said, "Oh, that thing would go."
Yep.
Yeah, I took about 6 feet off the top of that bad boy.
Nice.
It opened up the
See,
west.
yeah, you
like
had to
nobody
take that
did.
down, man. That tree
Yep.
got that tree
But that's
just
okay.
needed killing.
Well, I'm not going to kill it. I'm just gonna cut it back. The crepe myrtle actually it does well if you prune it back like that. It needed to be pruned back.
Justify it with pruning. There you go.
Yep, justifiable pruning. Yep, but it opened up the west beautifully. So,
dude, yeah, that'd be
and
awesome.
that's gonna make that artificial horizon for Stellarium pretty freaking amazing. Oh.
Yeah, I'm looking at SH2308. Let's see. And I'm going to do it.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting is that I am like, when you see these images and they're so oversaturated, it almost looks like it's over processed. And I keep thinking is it's okay to do saturation, but just kind of tone it down a little bit. You know, case in point, when we look at the Rojo Ophiuchus region, you see those images where they do so much saturation processing that it just looks like it's overcooked. It just looks unnatural. But you're right. It's just, just everything in small amounts to the point where you just like it where it's to taste, and then say that's it. Just kind of back it off. But I mean, I was looking at those images on the lunar eclipse on cloudy nights, and there's like 2 that I really did like that weren't oversaturated. But man, some of them were so pushed to the far right with that orange red. It was just gaudy looking.
It's sometimes, I am guilty of this. Sometimes it is kind of difficult to know when enough is enough on certain, especially when it comes to, saturation and
color,
and noise reduction.
Yep.
And, sometimes you just don't know. I mean, well, noise reduction, not as much, because you can really tell when it's been overcooked because it really looks plastic, right?
Yep.
But when you have sometimes with vibrance and saturation, you can tend to overdo it, and sometimes you just don't know probably when enough is enough. So it can be difficult. It can be difficult. Not for everybody, but but again, it's also to taste,
Yeah,
because
you know what I think, and I know a lot. Even myself, I suffer from this as well. As far as astrophotography processing, and we're not even talking about, yeah, DBE, noise reduction, linear noise reduction, all that kind of stuff. Once you go into the color manipulation, what a
Mhm.
lot of people suffer from, and I suffer from this as well. You want to do the color manipulation fast. You want to do it. I want to get the colors done. I want to get this done. And what the problem that I have is making too many grand changes, like
Mhm.
large scale changes.
Art scale. Yeah.
And then you the whole key to color manipulation is to do a couple of small curvature changes
Mhm.
and do it step by step. And sometimes you could even take the same step that you did and just redo that step to get a little bit more saturation in it. So don't try and make these grand changes like, well, I'm going to take the saturation, I'm going to like that, and I'm going to, and then I'm going to hit apply, and then, you know what, I don't like that blue, and then take the blue down, and now everything is all screwed up. And just do
Yeah.
very small changes with certain areas and use your masks to help yourself not mess up other areas of your object while you're manipulating another part of the object where you want definition.
And a good tool for that in Pix Insight, which I am getting,
Color
in fact,
mask.
I'm starting to use more and more, is the game script.
Oh, yep.
Because you can build that mask out to shape in, especially the elliptical and
Yep.
everything. You can have it set up where you can shape it how you need it to protect certain areas. So, which is really helpful. And I really enjoy using the games that game script to, protect, so I don't necessarily overdo it. One thing I tend to see, even with pics with PI, when you are doing say saturation, is when you're doing the real-time previews, sometimes those previews are a bit overdone. I
A little bit.
mean, they can be a bit overdone. So it takes, and then you just say, okay, that's good, and you swipe it on over, and and that's that. But so it can be a bit there. It can be a bit difficult.
And what I did, I just put if anybody was wondering about the game script, I just put the link to HV Bornament, if I remember right now. Harmut
Mhm.
Van Born. I can't pronounce the name. Kind of weird. But go check it out at Sky Pixels. I believe it's skypixels.at. Yeah, skypixels.at. And all of his scripts are there, including PSF image, which is pretty decent if you're doing deconvolution. Instead of going through making your own point spread function, which you need to do a proper deconvolving, you could use PSF function and create it relatively quicker than going through all the steps. If you're lazy like me, it helps.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean,
Uh,
even I have used with the easy decon script. I've used the PSF side to create the PSF image for the stars. I haven't used it for everything, but that one it's not too bad. Using the easy decon suite script, at least for that piece. There's been some times where I haven't had much luck when it comes to everything else that script does, but at least to build that PSF image for your stars, that one's been pretty good.
yeah. Yep. Um,
Yeah, and I agree, Josh. You don't always need star reduction, but
nope.
you don't. It just really depends. Now, on this image that I just showed you guys with the ghost, I did have to use a bit of star reduction on that because
Well, there's a couple of big stars in that image.
there's a couple of big stars in
Yeah.
there. There are, Gamma Cygni. I mean, it's pretty big. And so, yeah, you have to do it on certain targets. So for sure.
Well, especially when the star field is so dense.
Yes, star field is definitely when it's really dense. You really want to try to bring up that nebulosity. Perfect example is the Lion Nebula. The Lion Nebula is one of it's one of those that people have really started, I say within the past year or two, have discovered. But it is in a really dense star field. I mean, these nebula, hey, they're star nurseries, so expect to have lots of stars around them and forming around them. So,
I mean,
but that one is really dense. You need that star reduction.
If you take a look at if you like the wide field version of the Trifid in the Lagoon, really dense star. When you're in B2 or better, those stars, I mean, if you've seen the picture that I've taken, that's not even a word, taken of that star field, I had to use significant reduction and to bring back the stars because it overpowered both of the nebulas. And the lagoon is huge, but it's like this melon pink kind of color. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it really all the stars in there that are all white just kind of takes away from the nebula, and you got to tame that back a little bit. But if you take a look at the SH2112 that I just took, very thin star field with a lot of small stars, you don't need it as much because the nebula is already the star. It's already this, if for lack of the pun, the nebula is already the star, and you don't need it. It really depends again on your taste as the artist, on what you see and what you like and all that kind of stuff. You want to make it's like kind of having like a nice steak. You have a nice steak.
Dan, we've talked about this in the past, and really this is kind of like where we look at what are the advancements that are going to happen in this hobby. We got hardware, we got software. Hardware, we pretty much push the envelope where we come to optics, right? Pretty much the same with mounts. Now we got harmonic drive mounts. But when it comes to software, that's when we can really do a lot of post-processing, where if we look at these algorithms that are being developed, case in point, we look at star reduction, star elimination now. I mean, you look at these images that basically removed all the stars. I think that in the next several years, it's going to be these algorithms that are really going to be on the forefront of making this hobby for what we do as amateurs really spectacular. Because all we really want to do is we don't want to do scientific work. We just want to make pretty pictures, right? We like the colors. We like the nebulosity. The algorithms are really going to be beneficial for us in the next future. And I really think that that's going to be the dictation that we're going to be going in the future.
Yeah, I think you're right. And AI, as it gets better in the future, as the learning, the program learning about what's acceptable and what's not, and what's considered. I think though, and it's got to be done right. I mean, Russell Croman is doing it right. I just hope that the AI capability of programs doesn't take some of the personality out of the final image, because the AI is going on what their calibration frames or their calibration photos or however they're learning takes away from the artist. And then you know what I mean, that give it too much power where that we can't overcorrect for whatever the AI did. You know what I mean? Kind of like StarNet, it can't be too powerful where we can't change it.
Once again, think about this, right? Is that in what we do as astrophotographers, we are the artists, but then there's a scientific aspect. Once you do any change in scientific, that no longer is a scientific, because you've lost all that data that's specific for scientific research. So you're right. It's a fine line between what we do for science when we want to say do binaries, or we want to do double stars, or we want to do, spectral photography. Whereas when what we do is we just like the pretty pictures, and we just like it. As you said, we know that there's no green in nebulosity, but like all of us, we like the green. So we are basically the artist, right?
I like my green.
So you're
Eric
absolutely
doesn't
right.
like my green.
No, I like the green.
It's not easy. Oh, Kermie, it's not easy being green.
What did Kermit say at Jim Henson's funeral?
What?
Oh Lord!
God.
Hit the button. Hit the button. Hit the button.
That is it. That is it.
You might just be going to hell for that.
I can't hit the button. Charity's not here. So.
Oh, you're kidding me.
Norm Hughes made a good point too, in that PixInsight does a great job for certain things, but then he'll take what he has done in PI, pull it over into Photoshop, for the artistic, final touches, and then bring it back into PI. Photoshop, the Adobe suite is they are literally the 800-pound gorilla in the room when it comes to that, the imaging and such. That's some of the best imaging software that you can get is in the Adobe suite.
Yeah, and I mean, for $10 a month.
I've been using the Adobe suite for since it was in CC, but long before that. The last 18, 20 years, we've been using the Adobe products, and they've always been phenomenal.
Yeah, but just to get the $10 Photoshop and
Lightroom, absolutely.
Classic, I think you can even. It also includes Rush, Adobe Premiere Rush, so you can do vlogging and
videos,
editing and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. So just for $10 a month. Especially for people, like us who are just, hobbyists, right? I think it's a great investment, for just $10 to be able to do everything that we've talked about. And then if you want to create a video and do a YouTube, and put some YouTube short or what have you, and just do it and just get it out there, I think it's good for $10. Definitely. Absolutely.
Yep.
I'm actually looking up right now. I haven't used, I have Photoshop CS6, I think I have, that I've been using I've been using it for 15 years. I mean, it's been a long time. And, it's been great. I have CS3 because some of the actions, some of the old astronomy actions that were made won't run on anything higher than CS3. And, it's interesting. I mean, I have not taken the plunge, and I probably should get more efficient with Photoshop. I've been just using PixInsight for everything. And, eventually I'll figure out there are better ways to do things, but for right now, I'll just play with PixInsight because I can't get any data as it is. So I'm living vicariously through Eric's data. So
yeah,
I mean, it really is a good deal that they've got with the Adobe suite. I mean, you can literally get access to everything Adobe offers for $50 a month if you need it. You can literally everything.
Yeah, if you need it. But like I said, if you're just a simple hobbyist like myself, and you don't need Illustrator or a lot of the other pieces that you can get within the suite, $10 for Lightroom, Photoshop, and it's always updated to get the latest update.
Always.
And Rush.
You've always got the latest software.
Premiere Rush, to do video editing.
Yep.
And you can do full scale pretty much. It's not full scale, but for what bloggers do for YouTube and things like that.
Oh, it's just fine.
Premiere Rush is just fine. So.
Oh yeah.
Totally.
The newest revision of Charles Bracken's book, The Deep Sky Imaging Primer, the first half of the book is basically hardware. The second half of the book is post-processing, and he actually talks about PixInsight and Photoshop. And he actually has little tutorials that show you how to literally work within both to go through an image. So, I mean, it really is a great investment because you do get knowledge on the hardware, the mount, telescopes, cameras, as well as post-processing. And I tell you, it's a great book for anybody that's just kind of struggling with post-processing because, once again, good data in, garbage in, garbage out. We always want to get good data. So if you start with great data, it makes your post-processing so much easier. But people really struggle with post-processing, and that's why I always tell people the best investment you'll make getting into this hobby is buy that book. That book will become your Bible in the hardware and the post-processing aspect.
Yeah.
I saw Eric get up to go get his, so I didn't get up to get mine.
Yeah. So, and I think this is version 2, and he's
That's
already
2.
has version.
Yeah, there's a third one. Yeah. Oh, now you're gonna make me get up and get the third one. Oh.
So, so you're gonna one up me. But absolutely, it's
so I am a.
It's a great book.
I am a big fan of Charles Bracken's books. So
really,
I mean, I don't know, but
right here, chapter 30. There's Photoshop.
Yeah, that's the third. That's the third edition with the horse head on it.
I can't. What are you showing? Because you're not sitting down.
Deep Sky Imaging Primer.
No, but you weren't showing it. And then right here for processing mosaics, PixInsight, DSLR processing. I mean, within PixInsight, I mean, you name it. There's so much in here. And I'm definitely going to, talking about deconvolution and, and contrast and possibly why you would do deconvolution. There's so many things in here. And definitely the newer editions, the third edition has even more stuff. So I'm definitely going to go out and get the third edition. So this is, to Pete's point, this is like could be like your Bible. I mean, practically start to finish. You can have so much stuff in here, and in the planner. I mean, you do the planner. I believe Josh asked me for how do you get the planner? I think, and Charlie was selling it for $20, and you go to deepskyprimer@gmail.com. And you give him your GPS coordinates, your Latin longitude, and he can build this out for you, and you're all set. So it's great.
I was trying to get the.
When I started to express an interest,
and Charlie likes being on the show, so believe me, I would really say for everybody, when you get Christian Sassy, Dr. Max Whitby, and Charlie on the same show, this is a show you don't want to miss. Basically, these guys are unbelievable. The knowledge, the experience that they have, there's going to be tidbits that everybody will be able to pick up on. And then definitely Christian will come back on, and he is probably the biggest tutorial expert when it comes to APP and the workflow. I was talking to him yesterday about maybe seeing if I could get him and Mabula on the show, but he thought that he'd probably be the better one to talk about the workflow. So he'll definitely come back on in January to talk about that. But having the three of them on the show is going to be an absolute treat. So I can't stress enough to the viewer membership. If there's one date you want to circle to be on the show, is watch it when the three of them are on. You're going to absolutely enjoy yourself.
Yep. And I just threw the link to Charles Bracken's website for the third edition of the Deep Sky Imaging Primer. So if anybody wants to take a look and see what it's all about, it's really. I mean, I have the second and the third, and as soon as the third one came out, I was able to get it, and it's awesome. It's awesome. He does a really good job, and he puts it in a way that's understandable. Sometimes when people write stuff in books, for me, it's too technical, and he puts it in a way that and I'm not a smart guy, so he puts it in a way that I could understand it. So, if you want something that's going to help you out with not only picking a camera, but if you're past that and need help with PixInsight, Photoshop, even gets into Nina a little bit in here. Check it out. It's really, really good. All right. Let's see what email. Okay. Clip shot. It looks like Jay put his clip shot in somebody's email. So. And, all right, cool.
So, sorry. Yeah.
No problem. No problem.
Definitely check it out. Definitely check, that out. Sorry, guys. I'm just knocking this out here.
This out.
Yeah, knock a few things out here and there.
And what do we got? We got 18. We got 18 likes. All right. I'll like it myself. I haven't liked it yet, so I like this. So we're at 19. So for those of you people that are watching, oh wow, Pete, I don't even know if you watched the AstroWorld email. If you want to send it to me, if you didn't get it, you can send it to Dan at AstroWorld Web. Dan at AstroWorldWeb.com, and I can bring it up if. Pete, I don't even know if you have access to your Peter at AstroWorldWeb.com email. You have one.
I think to the Woodland Hills address, but if it goes to you, Dan, you can just pull it up.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, so you can send it to me.
Yeah. See, it's just kind of like the green behind you, Dan. I like the green in the Pelican there. It's just the right amount of green that just kind of highlights it. And so once again, we're not doing scientific work. We're just doing it because we are the artist, and we just say, hey, I enjoy it. So, I guess
pretty,
to everybody,
I think that looks pretty. I mean, I don't know.
It does.
That's me. I get, green. I mean, they literally have a program out there. It's called Hasta La Vista Green. And
they do, yeah.
I get green is a more or less a taboo color in astrophotography. But every once in a while I like to bring it out, every once in a while.
Yeah.
Hasta La Vista Green. Yep.
Yeah, Hasta La Vista.
Yep. That's all some of those Photoshop actions. That including like Astro Flat, which is another one. Astronomy Tools 1.6. A couple other ones out there. What's that?
Yeah, I mean, I use them in Photoshop.
Yeah,
and they're great.
I mean, I haven't opened up Photoshop with the exception of making the pictures for AstroWorld. I haven't used it in astronomy in a while. I just got an email. It clicked in my ears. Thank you. So let's take a look and see. Jason Trevino. Here we go. Download it. And save attachment.
Who makes a good flat panel?
Spica.
Spica flat?
Depends on how big you want to go.
Yeah, how big you want to go, George. You just got a new flat panel, didn't you, from Prima Luce Labs?
I got one that I haven't opened yet, waiting for the astrophysics one, but there's the really good. I got two of these. What's that?
Let's find out what the scope size is. Is it an SCT or refractor? That makes a big difference.
240 millimeters.
240 millimeters. So Spica, Spica flat for sure. What's the other one?
They make these up to 240. So I mean, and they make even custom sizes plus a motor for them that will literally lower and raise the flat panel. So you can take flats at the end of it, and it's all ASCOM. So let's see. I think that probably the 240 is going to cost you over $300. but the motor is also about $300, so it's going to be expensive if you want to go that route. But if you want to get the spiker flat, which I have behind me, you can get the spiker flat with the USB dimmer. The USB dimmer is like 150, and the spiker flat itself was like, was it 329, something like that?
Yeah, the newer ones.
And
Yeah.
then you got the Flatman and the Elitac flip flap from
Yep.
Optech.
Yeah, on the tech. Yep. Yeah, the thing I like about the Giotto and the Alto, I'll show you really quick. Um, it's pretty cool how it works, because what it does, with the addition of the motor, which is more money, but I'll show you real quick. Luce Lab. There we go. So here is Luce Lab. And where's the video? Where's the video? There it is. So I'll share my screen real quick once this refreshes. And when it comes back up, I want to show it. All right. So here we go. So that's with the motor and the flat panel, and you'll watch the flat panel comes down. Not only does it come down to there, but it literally does a complete 270, and it goes right and stores underneath, so it doesn't get any wind, blowing in the wind. And then it covers as a dust panel. Boom, done. Pretty cool. I like it. And there are other Alnatac has one that does that as well. But they go all the way up. They go pretty large. I think I want to say they have one over 300 millimeters. I'll tell you right now. Meters calibration, Giotto. The Giotto, see, you said 240. That's a 255, and that's $495 just for the flat panel. And
Yeah,
then
the Spica is 450. Just FYI.
450. So pretty similar. But if you want that automation, you'll have to get the Alto, and that's the I believe that's going to require the large Alto, because you need a bigger motor to move that mount, and the large, let's see, up to 300 is $595 for the motor. So up to 220 is $495, but it's looks pretty decent. So I'm waiting on the Alto to come in. They're still working on getting them in. I think they should be getting them in this week. But yeah, you got yep. You do have to mount it onto the dovetail. That's how it holds the motor. That's why I haven't. I bought a brand new case for my astrophysics scope, a nice long, like 4-foot case, but I haven't cut the foam yet because I'm waiting on the Alto to come in, because it's got to go on the dovetail. So I want to cut the foam with the Alto on it, and just put it right in the case.
Yeah. So yeah, this is the older model Spica flat, which still does fine, for me. And since this one, I can probably go up to maybe an 11-inch Schmidt with this one, but I have an 8-inch, so it's perfect for whatever I do. And when it comes now, the only downside with the older ones versus it was the way the LEDs or the lights were set up, where it's very difficult when doing shorter exposure flats. It would do a lot of banding. So what I ended up purchasing, just off Amazon, was just instead of using t-shirts and stuff like that, I want to try to get it better. I wanted to get it even, a much better field, flat field. Is I just went out and I bought, diffuse paper, and just stack it up a bit, and then using that with so that way it'll allow me to do longer exposures, because I can crank up the light source on the Spica flat, and then I can do slightly longer exposures with that, and then after that, it's not been a problem, especially with the 2600. it's been, you know, in that not having the amp glow and giving me a really, really nice flat field. So I would recommend, you know, the Spica is a really good one. So, and I'm sure the newer version is even better. Yes, it's vellum. It's vellum paper, Carol. Mm-hmm.
This is the newer version.
Yeah, there you go.
And
The newer version.
I meant to mention as well, just to kind of backtrack a little bit. We were talking about Photoshop. One of the teachers for the people that are in the chat that don't know, my wife is an absolutely brilliant graphic designer, computer graphic designer, and she works in that field, UI UX design and so on and so forth. So when it comes to things that are, you know, training for, you know, things like Adobe, I listen to her, you know, just because that's smart. And one of her favorite teachers, ones that she uses a lot, she loves listening to him, is Terry White. I don't know if you guys have ever seen or done anything, but he, and as a matter of fact, I think I have his YouTube channel right here. I just put it up in the chat. He does an absolutely phenomenal job at keeping it simple, but teaching the basics in Adobe, be it Photoshop, Lightroom, whatever, Premiere. You know, it doesn't matter. He's excellent. So
Nice.
just a resource.
Awesome. Oh, what another quick moving night, fellas.
It has. It's
no,
really, you know, towards we started getting some momentum.
I
you know,
love it when a plan comes together.
You know, started getting some momentum here.
Yeah, back into the swing of things. But,
Hey, by the way, can I share something completely off topic? My just to show what an amazing woman my wife is. She puts up with me for one thing, so that's, you know, kudos. So, but she did this. Let's see if I can get the right screen. There we go. Share.
Hold on, Scott. I got something for you.
Thank you. There you go. That worked.
I got it twice.
She can you go full screen on that?
Yep. I'm waiting for you to get off the YouTube channel.
Is it up? Can you see,
I see the YouTube
multiple
channel.
screen? You see the yeah. No, you don't see the 4 up?
I see the 4 up. Yeah.
Oh, that is the YouTube channel. Yeah.
Yeah.
She did.
I see the YouTube channel again.
She did that.
Is that a painting?
No, she bought it for me.
Oh, you're talking about graphic design.
Yeah, no, I'm just that as well, but this just a sidebar. She
bought
finally,
you a motorcycle. You drive a motorcycle?
She got us a motorcycle. So
nice.
Yeah, she's pretty amazing. I definitely don't deserve her, that's for sure.
Well, definitely. Hopefully, you got that in a safe spot to get away from that hurricane. So,
yeah.
Very nice. Very nice. Everyone's like, dude, she's a keeper. Wow, what a wife.
Yeah.
Let's see. Whoa.net.
He is, yes, Scott. Do you get a little trailer to pull behind it to put the scope in?
No, that's what the wheelie bars are for. He hooks it to the hitch.
Yeah, that's funny.
Little Wells cargo trailer.
I don't know if I'd want to put that scope in a motorcycle trailer, Peter. Yeah, I don't know if I'd want to do that. That'd be rough. Yeah.
Hey, cool.
No,
Well, hey, another. Hey, just in case, seriously, on a serious note, I really have a bag of ketchup potato chips with one chip taken out. So please, it's sitting right here. The code date on it
Give
is
it up, man. Give it up, man.
they're good till January 17, 2023.
Send it back to
God,
Sean, man.
And I mean, it
Send it
just,
back to Sean.
I'm smelling it. It's like I'm smelling a bottle of Heinz ketchup. That's what I am. It's like I think I got a stomach ache too. I don't know. I'm gonna have to have another bottle of wine. To
It's like putting ketchup on your mashed potatoes, man. That's just wrong.
Yeah, that's just
Just
not
wrong.
me. Not me.
Canadians put brown gravy on their French fries. That's how crazy they are.
Well,
out there.
no, I can do
Yeah,
that.
I could actually see that because you know what, the brown sauce from the steak gets on the fries and you kind of just
I
sop
can
it
do
up.
that.
I
like
could do
gravy and
that.
fries.
That's no like ketchup and eggs. No, that's no.
I can even do ketchup and eggs,
No,
but
no.
ketchup and mashed potatoes, not so much.
Mayo and French fries. I mean, no, things just aren't
Well,
supposed to be like that.
How's
There's
the
no wheel
Parliament
tonight.
song?
There's no wheel tonight. There's no spinning tonight. There's no we don't have a prize tonight. We don't. I mean, I guess we could do one.
Yeah.
You want to give away a prize? Sure,
What do you
why
got?
not?
Something
Let's
out
give
of
away
the-
a prize. We got plenty of Masters of
something out of the
Pixel stuff.
COD.
What's that?
We got a
Something
precise
out of the
part.
COD.
We do. We
Yeah.
have a precise parts adapter.
Absolutely.
God forbid anybody. Yeah, you get it. Don't know what to do with it. Hey, look, I got a boat anchor.
Makes a really. All you gotta do is like shave down the camera side. Makes a really decent, high standing coaster.
Oh Lord.
Yeah,
$250
it's solid
coaster.
too. And so when the dog bothers you, you could throw, and then it makes a good frisbee as well. It really does. But yeah, let's give away a prize. We'll give away a prize. Why not?
Yeah, we still got 29 folks watching, so let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it. We'll give away a prize. Why not?
Yeah, why not?
Why not? What's in the box?
Do it.
What's in the box? Nah, come on.
Yeah.
Throw the precise parts. It has a freebie.
You got a perfectly good bag of potato chips there to give away, so you're all
You
set.
know what? You know what? And whoever wins is gonna get the potato chips too.
There you go.
Oh, there we go.
I'll even put them in a Ziploc bag for you.
Thanks, Charity. Appreciate that. Everybody's ripping on my shirts.
That's not a bad shirt.
I'm kind of blasé with the shirt
Yeah,
tonight.
that's
so.
not a bad shirt.
That one's kind of boring.
Yeah, that's a boring shirt
It's
for you,
boring.
Scott. That's
Yeah, I know,
that's
it's
like
pretty boring.
1982 retro kind of weird shirt. That's what that is.
Yeah.
You should have seen the post, Scott, before you came on. They were all kind of thinking, hey, if Scott's not on the show, we all have to wear the screwy shirt.
All right. So
This is so cool.
what's up?
Thomas Jefferson,
That's
big
funny.
shout out.
Shirt needs collimation.
He's new. I think he
Hi,
may be
Tom.
new to
I
the
think I've seen him
channel,
before. I remember the name.
Okay, but we grew up in the we have same stomping grounds. So but small world.
Nice. Nice.
Wait a
All
minute,
right,
wasn't
so-
Thomas Jefferson one of the founding of America?
Yeah, he wrote the Declaration, as a matter of fact. Him and Benny.
That's right. I was going to say, man, and he's only 31.
Mhm.
All right, so here we go. We'll give away a prize. We always got to give away something. So we're gonna give away something. We'll give away a Masters of Pixel Insight class. Now you just missed the last one yesterday. I forget what they did. I think it was dialing down the noise.
It was down the noise.
Yeah, dialing down the noise. Yeah. So the next one will be in December, usually the first or second Tuesday of the month. But you can use that for this, but you can purchase it whenever you want. Once you get your email from Pete Pruill, if you win, you'll be able to get an email from Pete, and Pete will tell you how to retrieve your voucher and use it for whatever class you want. So here we go. So we have a whopping 96 people on the wheel. And
Good
it's
Lord.
been going, yeah, we're almost at 100. We're almost at 100. So here we go. So we're gonna spin this bad boy, and we're off to the races. Here we go. Who's gonna win? And I need my pen because I don't have one. And who do we got? We got. No way. Amy Little, Amy Astro won.
Oh wow!
So there you go. So
Well, she's just gonna push it back, right?
yeah. So we'll send her one anyway, but we'll spin another one. We'll send her one, but we're gonna spin another one because Amy is a well-known YouTuber. But we want we want her to win because she won and she did sign up. But we're gonna spin one more time.
Yeah.
Right?
I even took a few notes from out of her tutorials with PixInsight.
Oh yeah.
So,
Oh yeah. I keep on going back to her subframe selector one. But
Thomas, yeah. Oh yeah, so you can be snobby. I love it.
You know what? You know what really grinds my gears? I wanted to say this before we were talking about Astrobin. You know what really grinds my gears?
What grinds your gears?
People who put great pictures in Astrobin and don't put any information about their pictures on them.
I know.
It drives me nuts. That's what really grinds. If you take a good picture, do me a solid. Do me a solid. At least put the camera and the telescope and where you're shooting from. I don't even care how long it. Just put something.
Yeah.
Don't just put nothing and say, "Oh, I got a picture on Astrobin."
Yeah, got it. Yeah. Then all of a sudden they win the Idol DT. And you go back there and you're like, "Oh, you won image of the day! Congratulations! What I would love some information on how you did it," and nothing.
Nothing. Zero. Drives me nuts.
Nothing.
Out of crazy. Anyway, moving on. Sorry, I wanted to say that before I forgot, and I just remembered. So we'll spin another one. Watch Amy win another one. And
Brian, you gotta go to our website, AstroWorldWeb.com, and you can definitely sign up for our contest.
There you go, Mr. Greg.
Sign up. Sign up is free, and you can get some really, really cool stuff. So
yeah, there's a whole bunch of stuff, and I also have just says as so Greg Meyer and Amy Astro. So there you go. And just so you know, I'm also still. I'll show you what it looks like right now. That's for the Lenovo computers that I have for sale.
Nice.
For raffle. $5 a raffle, 5 for 20. Take a look, and all the specs on the little computers are in there. The storage itself is worth more than $5. So if you want something that's half decent, you need something in your house. I have a couple of those, and also the Eagle Core that I have going on has gotten 15 entries so far. Actually, there's 16. One more just I haven't put on there yet, but 16 entries. So Josh, Mike, Jay, and I think there was one more. Nope, that's it. Just those three. So if you want to win an Eagle Core brand new, sign up for that. Those are raffles. Literally, you just go to AstroWorld Web, like Eric said previously. You just go to the live site, and it's AstroWorldWeb.com. You go to contests, and you go to raffles, giveaways, or fundraisers. So if you want the Lenovo computers or the Eagle Core, you go to the raffles, and then you just sign up to whichever one. Now, with the raffles, it's a little bit differently. You have to PayPal me. PayPal me right there. PayPal me at AstroWorld2112, AWorld2112. And you just put in the notes which one you're going for. And then if you want a giveaway, the free giveaways are on the other page. Right there. That's all of our free giveaways. Last one of the Optolongs coming up on the 30th of this month. The 2-inch SHO set. Last one
Mhm.
until Astropalooza. 127 people. 127 people.
$1,200 set.
$1,200. Yep. So, and then you got, and if you want to go to the fundraiser, I got my fundraiser up there for the LAS, the people that got burglarized and lost a whole bunch of this stuff. The fundraisers, you could go directly to the LAS fundraiser GoFundMe page if you want to, and just make a direct fundraiser there, or you can make it through AstroWorld. We already have a couple people that have made donations through there, so we have 4 people that. So.
Yeah, and not for nothing, but for the scumbag, if you're listening, that did that, may the fleas of 1,000 camels rest in your armpits.
Nice.
Oh,
Because that's just wrong, man. That's just wrong.
There's the giveaways. I'm sorry, I wasn't even showing the screen when I was talking. And then the raffles are on top. Right there, just so everybody knows where they are.
Hey, Scott, I always thought it was may the fleas of 1,000 camels infest your crotch, and may your arms be too short to scratch.
Nice.
That's even better.
That's even better.
I think we're both, probably channeling Klinger on that one.
We can't see the webpage. I'm sorry, Dennis. I showed it. I apologize. My fault. I didn't see that I was on the wrong screen. So yeah. So just if you're doing any of the raffles, please just PayPal me directly. Don't even bother entering on the page. Just showing what the raffle is. Just PayPal me your entry ticket. And that's going to be in December. It's going to be in December. So may the lenses be ever dewy. And if you go to our Patreon account, you get to see me sing about humidity. You want to go see that.
Join Patreon.
Join Patreon. You can see the new song is coming out. The new one's coming out. I'm almost done with it. It's Mac the Knife done to astrophotography. So all right. It's about 11:15. I think we're ready to do the Shana Na and have a good night. Good night, sweetheart. And Eric, final thoughts?
No, again, great show. It really picked up momentum, a lot of participation towards the end of the show. So really appreciate that. Don't forget to definitely, please, if you like what we're doing, if you like the content that we're bringing, if you're enjoying yourself, do not forget to please click the thumbs up on YouTube and on Facebook. Share the show, share the public, let others know what we're doing here to help grow our brand, grow grow the community, because we're all just a bunch of nerds having a lot of fun and enjoying, making pretty pictures in the sky, so we make pretty pictures in the sky. So,
pretty pictures.
Pretty pictures. So it's bad. This is awesome. And really appreciate the support that you guys have given us. And sign up for those contests, guys. Thomas, sign up for the contest. Brian, sign up for the contest. AstroWorldWeb.com. And don't forget our Discord channel. If you have questions, thoughts on the show, thoughts on, ideas for the show, blast them in our Discord channel, guys.
Don't forget the Discord channel, man. We're almost at 100 people.
Blow that sucker up and share your thoughts on what we can do better, what we're not doing so well, and again, just a great show. So appreciate it and looking forward to Friday.
Nice. Pete?
Well, to pay homage to Dandy Don Meredith, turn out the lights, the party's over.
Oh, no.
But just to kind of to add to what Eric said, it's always a treat to be on here on Wednesdays and Friday nights. And as I said, we are definitely different than the Astro Imaging channel. It's kind of giggles and laughs. It's a free format kind of a show, and it's kind of great that we have this non-structure. But at the same time, there's a lot of interesting information that we all do provide to everybody. So please, like Eric said, please pass the word around. We really enjoy it, and the more that we get, the happier, the merrier we become.
Absolutely.
Yep, I can only
Never
dovetail off of that.
Never boring,
Yep.
Charity.
Nope, never
At least
boring.
we try not to.
Never
At least we
boring.
try not to.
Yep.
So
Yeah, it's always fun hanging out with my boys.
yeah.
Just also, as a caveat, keep the people on the east coast of Florida, lifted up, in prayer. That it may only be a category 1 that's hitting it, but what a lot of people need to also realize and remember is that Ian destroyed that part of Florida just a month ago, so they're still recovering. So a category 1 right now, yeah, that's like digging at a scab. It's bad.
Yeah.
So
The storms,
and
the storm surges and everything, those can be just as devastating in the camera than the wind itself. It's the storm surge, and the water it brings in. So
everybody,
the blue
just be
dot, by the
careful.
way, is me.
I see. Oh yeah, it's going right over you.
That blue dot is me.
Yep.
It's gonna hit right over for you, man. So please stay safe.
Yeah, it's gonna go right over the top of us.
All right. Well, just be safe, everybody, and thanks everybody for watching. Thanks everybody for hanging out with us yet again. 30 somewhat people, 35 people, coming hanging out again on another Wednesday night. What's that?
No.
Oh yeah, you got to get some images from the eye.
Hurricane looks like Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah, bring out the move, shoot, move for that. All right, everybody. Well, again,
don't forget to get images when you're in the eye there, Scott. Just head out, take the seatbelt, get out there.
Yeah.
It's not
gonna be like a Clockwork Orange.
Yeah.
You got to wear the shirt on Friday, Scott, because you're such a hit now on Fridays. Everybody wants to see the shirt now. So.
I guess I'm gonna have to come up with some interesting shirts. I've got lots of them. I just need to actually remember to put something interesting on. So.
Hey, are we gonna set up a Hawaiian shirt night?
Oh, we could do that.
We gotta do that. I think we should do that. We all got to kind of wear Hawaiian shirts.
You got it. No problem. We got to do that. We got to do that when it's like the middle of winter.
Oh,
we'll just
like right now, it is 36 degrees here in Placer.
Oh, I don't
it's
even know.
Cold.
It's not that cold. How is it that cold down there?
Oh, it'll get down in January. It'll get down about 26 degrees.
Let's see. Temperature right now in New York, it is 43. So getting cold, getting good for the weather. But again, everybody, thank you so much. Congratulations to Amy Astro and to Greg Meyer for winning.
We love Amy.
Winning the Masters of PixInsight class. I'm sure you're both going to get a lot out of it. And thank you, everybody, for coming and hang out with us. It's so funny. We spin the wheel. We lose about 10 viewers all the time. But they just come for the free stuff.
They come for the free stuff and they ditch it.
Hey, Pepper, come here, boy. Nope. Come here, boy. Come here, boy. No. He's scared because I threw that precise parts at him.
Yeah, check out. Josh, go to the website. Check out the AstroWorld store. Lots of cool stuff out there.
Yep.
So definitely.
Yeah, I got the beanie over here too. I got the beanie.
Check out the merch. Check out the merch.
Check out the merch. Got the bag. I got a whole bunch of merch here. I got the bag over here. The bag's actually pretty cool. It's a little expensive. I think I'm gonna have to lower the price on it. But I mean, the bag's nice and big.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, there's my arm just by comparison. I mean, it's pretty long.
It's a gym bag.
Yeah, well, I don't know what you're putting in there, but for a gym bag, I mean, all you need is some sweats, some underwear, and socks and shoes. I mean, this you could put like, I could put the whole GTI in here, and just I could put the AM5 in here along with a scope.
Hey,
But,
that's what Scott needs as his travel bags on his motorcycle. He's got to
There you
get two of
go.
them. On either
Yeah.
side.
there's a bunch of stuff on there, so go check it out. Pretty cool stuff.
Your
And
saddlebag.
don't forget, when you
Got it?
purchase something on there, that loads up that 10% to a local, to a user, to an AstroWorld Watchers Astrophotography Club. So
Yep.
you got to enter your Astrophotography Club to me via email in order to be eligible for it. So we just gave out our first prize of $100 to the Raleigh Astronomy Club. And we also just gave the Lima Astronomical Society a set of eyepieces from the members of AstroWorld to replace those eyepieces, that fundraiser that we were talking about.
Yep.
So we were able to purchase 7 eyepieces and give that to them for replacement. So really nice. So anyway, all right, fellas. I think that's it. I think it's time to go to bed. I gotta actually go to Camera Concepts tomorrow and actually have to work. But anyway, any last thoughts? Any final thoughts? Nope, that's it. We good?
That's it.
We got it.
Good. Have a great night, everybody.
Awesome.
Clear
Everybody-
skies.
Yeah. Take care, everybody. For those of you in Florida, again, be safe. Stay with your family,
be
stay in the house, do what you got to do to ride out the storm. They say it's not going to be so bad, but don't underestimate it. So, everybody have a good night. Remember, as always, keep imaging, keep educating, and clear skies. And we'll see you in 2 days on Friday. Have a good night, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye for
Well
now.
done, Ravenclaw. Well done. Well done, Ravenclaw. Well done.